Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are still in Elpis and accompanying MSQ, and Hermes right now. Well, and Meteion. So, Alpha to Alpha. Tell me, Desiree, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Dynamis. Dynamis seems promising. Dynamis, you say? Curious that such an obscure phenomenon should be of interest to you. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. Is something the matter? The Meteion, I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did we release one for observation when it set upon the nearby occupates, slaughtering them. Was the creature hungry or somehow provoked? I had just fed her myself and occupates were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the Meteion that is to blame, their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it's an outstanding creation, perfect in form and function. Or it may not be suited for release, I have no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where's the scene of the incident? Just off a path to the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doris is still there, however. Hermes, wait! If this is part of his work, then I would observe. We follow. It's heavy, Hermes' pain. The occupant is no easy prey. With its hooves and horns, it was designed to be formidable even on land. Yet they didn't stand a chance against the Meteion. A fearsome beast was Meteion, but where's it now? The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. A Meteion was indeed responsible. But the creature is nowhere to be seen. Doros must have taken it away. The man makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. And and I search the area for good measure, just to make sure the Meteion did not escape. My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you are finished. I will go on ahead. Please follow with Desiree. Come, come. It's down this path and over the bridge. There it is, the 12 Wonders. Hermes looking for doors. Let's look for doors too. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I'll know him when I see him. Meteion is accompanying you. Are you doors? Doors! That's doors! Well now, if it isn't Meteion, what brings you here? Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for doors. Thank you. You're in charge of a Lycaon, yes? Where are they now? Out in the fields in restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Kithesis. Once I submit my report, I'll see them rewarded without delay. It's as he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing you need concern yourself with, as you were. We've heard the news, but the Lycaon slaughtered Occupatus. As the observer in charge, you are of your opinion that they are not fit to be released? I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released. Lycaones would threaten other species and upset the natural order. It could be that the specimen observed are an outlier? Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them, all exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos? A memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories, but we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive, and potentially dangerous, depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions. Pashtawat may wish to have words with you. Rest assured I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent the misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand, to manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but it is still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief, let's not be so melodramatic. What is born of Eva simply being reduced to its original state? And you could theoretically make the same argument about humans if you actually think about it, people. I know the distinction concerns you, but we mustn't lose sight of a bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied even with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. 'Tis all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things, I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat unto the world. Though insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all the Lycaones have. Before we seal their fate, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report, we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion, but Emmett Seltman better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray show them to the meeting room. We have a duty to the star, this I know, but it doesn't mean we don't also have a responsibility to the lives we bring into existence here. To man, other beings are just things to be used and controlled, like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. Yeah, and Meteion feels his emotions and feels them like her own. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time I take care of Meteion. Meteion, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes. It's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Desiree. Loath though I am to impose, may I leave Meteion in your care again? I'm in your debt, if you'll excuse me. Can you help me with something, Desiree? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most of all the creations in Elpis. Most creations are expected to be interesting, or beautiful, or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, but so I search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start here, at the 12 Wonders. Meteion is accompanying you. Blooming tree. Vibrant purple flowers, bigger than your hand, adorn the tree. Oh, so big and bright. I love them. But they might be too bright. You have to think of a recipient. That's what Hermes said. This is a tree. A tall, slender tree rises before you. You crane your neck to look for flowers. No flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, I won't wander far. An array of beautiful flowers grow in the bed, the mix of colors forming a pattern. These would be better for Hermes, but they're hatched in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine though. Let's keep looking. Vibrant or subdued? Interesting or plain, huh? Set on a tall, thin stalk, the oddly shaped flower is mesmerizing in its undulations. Oh, a Meteion, a flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good, Desiree, at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. You spy nothing promising nearby. At best, common-looking grasses with a few tiny flowers. Ah, nothing around here. Ah. Oh, that is something big, huge. Malodorous grass, huh? A terrible stench reminiscent of sodden old boots pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the marble-like creature before you. It's an Adonis. The things around its mouth look like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Desiree? Would he like it? It's probably not a good sort of memory. So not this one either. Finding a good flower is harder than I thought. I'm sorry, Desiree, but could we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there. I'll pick something after it, I promise. Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins. Ah, there's nothing. Huh? The shiny thing over there. What could it be? Oh, Elpis flowers. They're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're intellecties. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. It's only for Hermes though. For others, they're always white and bright. Truly? The flower was dark in your home. Then do you have it too? A dark emotion? Pain and loss, pain and sorrow of loss, fury and frustration, plagued by doubt and anxiety. I see. Hermes has felt the same. A shortness of breath, the walls closer and closer, but only him. No one else feels it. Please, Desiree, won't you lend them to me? Your doubt and anxiety? I want you to make the flowers dark. In front of Hermes. He has been in a dark place. Since before he created me, he needs to know that he isn't alone there. That others are sad too. Truly? You'll do it? Thank you, Desiree, thank you. It means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. It seems we're still talking. Let's wait until we're finished. And it's dark by now.
Hermes! Oh, you were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteion company. Selk and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on.
Ah,
You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteion has shared much with you. May we talk a moment?
Taking his mask off. Which, if I understand correctly, means a lot for these ancients. Fireflies. Oh.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain, but they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear, and it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one.
Yeah. Callous cruelty of a people.
So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. Owen asked what you thought as he kneeled beside the Elpis, or if you only did it at Meteion's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Oh, I could tell you all about suffering. Glad to be of service.
To so willingly lend an ear to ease my burden. You are a strange one. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteion and her sisters. Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteion. Let us head back.
All right.
Alright. Now, I think I say until next time, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.